Ladies and gentlemen, happiness is a positive state of mind, a feeling of joy and satisfaction with life. However, the definition of happiness can change over time. When we are young, happiness is often associated with success, fame, and wealth. But as we age, we realize that happiness does not come from material things, but from inner peace, from sincere relationships and appreciating the simple moments in life. This makes many people wonder, why do we get happier as we age? As we grow older, we begin to realize more clearly what is truly important. We learn to accept ourselves, let go of unnecessary expectations, and appreciate what we have. According to research from Harvard University, scientists followed a group of people for more than 80 years and found that people who maintained good relationships were more satisfied and happier as they aged. This shows that material factors such as money and social status do not determine long-term happiness, but sincere friendships and family relationships play an important role. The way in which appreciating the present improves the quality of life, we can see that focusing on the present reduces stress, anxiety, and brings joy in the little things. When seniors know how to enjoy each moment, they are no longer haunted by the past or overly worried about the future. This helps them live peacefully, enjoying the joy of simple things such as a warm cup of tea, a walk in the park, or a family meal. In addition, living in the present also helps seniors form meaningful relationships. When they focus on the present, they can easily connect with the people around them without being overwhelmed by unnecessary worries. Chatting with friends and community activities not only bring joy, but also help them feel valuable and useful to society. In addition, appreciating the present is also expressed through gratitude. Happy elderly people often have the habit of feeling and being grateful for even the smallest good things in life. They do not take those things for granted, but always acknowledge and appreciate them, thereby creating an optimistic and life-loving spirit. In short, knowing how to appreciate the present not only helps the elderly have a peaceful life, but is also the key to helping them maintain mental health, build good relationships, and enjoy life to the fullest. Clearly aware of the factors that help increase happiness when we get older, we also need to know what to avoid to make life easier. Below are 5 things you should be lazy to touch if you want a peaceful life. First, the negative impact of drama and gossip on human life. We can see that getting caught up in irrelevant stories not only drains our mental energy, but also affects our mental health. When we spend too much time following meaningless arguments, we easily fall into a state of stress, frustration, or even lose balance in life. Rumors and conflicts on social networks can make us feel insecure and anxious without receiving any real benefits. In addition, paying too much attention to gossip can cause cracks in personal relationships. When we focus on dramatic stories, we easily judge others, form prejudices, and unintentionally create distance with those around us. This causes people to gradually lose sincere connections, instead of meaningless arguments that bring no value to life. As we grow older, and especially as we age, we gradually realize that the most important things are not in gossip or arguments, but in our health, family, and personal happiness. Instead of wasting time on frivolous stories, we can focus on taking care of ourselves, enjoying peaceful moments with our family, or investing in meaningful hobbies. Learning to let go of drama and gossip not only helps us maintain peace of mind, but also creates a more positive, healthy living environment. When we are not caught up in meaningless arguments, we can spend our energy on things that are truly valuable, such as building good relationships, pursuing our passions, and enjoying life more fully. Second, meaningless comparison and competition. We can see that constantly comparing ourselves to others only makes people more stressed and tired. In modern society, where success is often measured by status, wealth, and fame, many people fall into a constant race to prove their worth. However, this not only drains energy but also makes them lose joy in the present. One of the biggest consequences of comparison is a feeling of inferiority and lack of confidence. When we see others who have more, whether it is money, career, or appearance, we easily feel inferior. This creates a feeling of dissatisfaction, always feeling inadequate, and leading to anxiety and depression. Especially with the development of social networks, where everyone can show off their perfect moments, comparison becomes more intense, causing many people to fall into a state of dissatisfaction with themselves. On the other hand, meaningless competition can also crack relationships. When caught up in competition, people easily form jealousy, distance, and can even put others down to elevate themselves. This not only creates a stressful competitive environment, but also destroys valuable relationships in life. As we grow up, we realize that each person has their own journey, and success has no common measure. Happiness does not come from possessing what others have, but from appreciating what we have. When we learn to focus on ourselves, develop at our own pace, and be grateful for the little things in life, we will feel lighter and more peaceful. Giving up unnecessary comparison and competition does not mean giving up on dreams or not trying, but knowing how to set goals based on our own true values and desires, instead of running after other people's standards. When we are no longer obsessed with winning or losing, we can live a more meaningful, freer, and happier life. Third, toxic relationships. Humans are social creatures, and the relationships we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our mental, emotional, and physical health. However, not all relationships are positive. When we maintain toxic connections, we unintentionally allow our lives to be dominated in a negative way, leading to stress, fatigue, and loss of balance. Therefore, identifying, letting go, and building healthy relationships is essential to protecting our own peace. First of all, it is important to understand that not all relationships bring joy and support. There are people in our lives who are always negative, controlling, and manipulative. They can be judgmental, critical, exploitative, or emotionally abusive, leaving us feeling exhausted and losing our self-confidence. When we are caught up in such relationships, we often feel anxious, insecure, and gradually lose our self-worth. Not only that, maintaining toxic relationships for a long time can cause serious consequences. Prolonged stress affects physical health, weakens the immune system, and makes us susceptible to diseases related to the heart and blood pressure. Moreover, mental pressure also reduces the motivation to live, making us gradually become negative and lose joy in life. Obviously, continuing to be attached to people who bring bad energy only wears us down both physically and mentally. So how can we protect ourselves from negative relationships? First, we need to learn to identify and set clear boundaries. When someone constantly makes us feel hurt or exhausted, it is a sign that the relationship is no longer suitable. Saying no to toxic relationships isn't selfish or heartless, it's a way to protect yourself. Instead of trying to please everyone, focus on building connections that bring positive value. More importantly, when letting go of toxic relationships, we need to focus on creating healthy relationships. A good relationship must be built on respect, support, and sharing. When surrounded by people who truly care and appreciate us, we will feel comfortable, listened to, and motivated to develop ourselves. In short, no one can live without relationships, but not everyone is worth our time and energy. Letting go of negative relationships not only helps us find peace, but also opens up opportunities to connect with the right people. When we are no longer affected by negative energy, we will have more time to focus on ourselves, pursue our passions, and enjoy life more fully. Fourth, the past or the future. In life, everyone has regrets about the past and worries about the future. We can dwell on mistakes we have made, missed opportunities, or unresolved wounds. At the same time, we can also be confused about the unknown, whether our job will be stable, whether our health will be maintained, or what the future will be like. These thoughts are a natural part of being human, but when we let them dominate us too much, we will unintentionally lose the values of the present. First of all, thinking about the past cannot change anything. No matter how much we regret or torment ourselves, time will not go back. Constantly recalling the past will only make us feel regretful and self-blame. Many people get stuck in old memories, constantly comparing the present with what they once had or wanted. This not only weakens our spirit, but also makes us miss out on good opportunities right in front of us. On the other hand, worrying about the future does not help us control what is about to happen. Uncertainty is a part of life, and no one can be sure what will happen. Thinking too much about negative scenarios will only increase stress, anxiety, and even affect health. Many people are afraid to make decisions, delay opportunities, or live in a state of insecurity, always thinking about bad things that can happen. However, as we grow older, we realize that the most important thing is to live fully in the present moment. When we know how to let go of the burdens of the past and stop worrying about things that have not happened, we can focus on what is happening, enjoy the small joys in life. A peaceful morning, a cup of fragrant tea, a meaningful conversation, all of these can only be felt when we truly live in the present. Learning to live in the present does not mean ignoring the lessons of the past or not planning for the future. It is important to know how to set limits on these thoughts. Look back to the past to learn, but don't let it bind you. Plan for the future, but don't let worries make you lose the joy of today. When you balance these two factors, you will find peace and happiness in life. In short, happiness does not lie in the past or in what has not come, but in the present moment. When we know how to appreciate what we have, let go of unnecessary regrets, and stop worrying about what has not happened, we will truly feel the meaning of life. So, instead of being immersed in useless thoughts, learn to enjoy every moment and live life to the fullest. And finally, try to please everyone. Everyone wants to be loved, recognized, and accepted by those around us. We often try to please others to avoid conflict, maintain relationships, or simply to feel valuable. However, the more we try to meet everyone's expectations, the more we lose ourselves and fall into a state of stress and fatigue. First of all, always trying to please others makes us lose our voice and personal needs. When we put the happiness of others above our own feelings, we easily accept things we don't like, don't dare to say no, and gradually become a version that others want, instead of living true to ourselves. This can lead to inhibition, disorientation, and in the long run will make us feel dissatisfied with life. Besides, the truth is that no one can please everyone. Everyone has different views, desires, and expectations, so no matter how hard we try, there will always be someone who is not satisfied. If we live only to satisfy others, we will forever be in an endless spiral, because when we please one person, we may displease another. This only wastes our energy without achieving real satisfaction. Not only that, but trying to please everyone can also make us vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation. People who are always looking to meet the wishes of others often fall into a state of dependence on acceptance and praise. At that time, others can take advantage of our kindness, demand too much, or demand unfair things. Gradually, we will feel exhausted, lose our autonomy, and become a person who always has to live according to the opinions of others. So how to escape this pressure? The most important thing is to learn to set personal boundaries. We need to understand that refusing a request does not mean being selfish, but it is a way to protect our own time, energy, and values. When we know how to say no to inappropriate things, we will have the opportunity to focus on what is really important and live a more meaningful life. In addition, accept that not everyone will like or agree with us, and that is completely normal. Instead of seeking recognition from others, build self-esteem from within, believe in your own worth, and only keep relationships that are truly worthy of respect. When we are true to ourselves, the right people will naturally stay, and those who cannot accept our true selves are not worth worrying about. In short, trying to please everyone only makes us more stressed, tired, and lose ourselves. When we grow up, we realize that happiness does not come from the approval of others, but from living true to our personal values, knowing how to set boundaries, and daring to choose what is truly right. Therefore, instead of trying to satisfy everyone, focus on building a life that makes you feel meaningful and happy. After all, happiness comes from letting go. In the journey of life, people often pursue fame, money, status, and try to control everything around them. However, true happiness does not come from those things, but from letting go of unnecessary burdens in the soul. Letting go does not mean giving up, but accepting things that cannot be changed, cherishing the present, and moving towards peace. The elderly often carry in their hearts memories, regrets, or worries about the future of their children and grandchildren. But do those things help them feel more peaceful, or are they just invisible burdens? Learning to accept change, living in harmony with nature, and not holding on to worries helps the soul become lighter. Happiness does not lie in luxury, but in simplicity. A warm cup of tea, an afternoon chatting with children and grandchildren, or a peaceful moment admiring nature all bring deep joy. The elderly do not need to keep up with the hustle and bustle of life, but can enjoy every moment by slowing down and cherishing the present. Many elderly people still hold on to resentment, regret, or pain from the past. But time never comes back. Continuing to hold negative emotions only hurts yourself. Forgiveness, for others and for yourself, is the best way to lighten your soul and find peace. When you let go of your worries, your soul is like a calm lake, reflecting the beauty of a more complete life. The simpler it is, the easier it is to realize the true value of happiness. Life is short, every passing moment is precious. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey we go through with a peaceful soul. When we know how to let go, we not only find peace, but also spread positive energy. Let your old age become the most meaningful time, a period of peace, freedom, and happiness. Sincerely thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, so we can continue sharing helpful advice together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.